Morning, guys. Just had some breakfast. Good morning, beautiful people of the Instagram. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. Baby, you know it. You know this is hammer time. You guys know that. Gotta turn on the AC here. It's not AC, it's a cooler. You know it's hammer time, baby. I feel like everybody knows it's hammer time. Good morning, beautiful people. Rise and shine. It's hammer time and the body knows it. What are you guys doing this morning? What are you guys doing to keep your hustle on? If you're an artist, what are you doing this morning? Are you calling up on a gallery? Are you painting? Working on your e-commerce? What's the deal? Good morning, Christina. What's the dealio if you're an artiste? So I've been working on some very cool stuff. I've been working on some cool artwork. This lady yesterday told me I was buying some canvases, right? And this lady's like, "Oh my God, you're living the dream." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You're living the dream. You're an artist, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Don't tell me you have a studio." I was like, "I won't tell you if you don't want to." She's like, "Oh my God, you're living the dream." And it got me to think, right? Because in those situations, what do you do? How's it going, Kyle? Good morning. In those situations, what do? Like, you agree with it, right? Like, "Oh yeah, I'm living the dream." But then I had to think about it for a little bit. Then I realized, am I really living the dream? Because see, to me, living the dream is living to your highest potential. To me, right? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't been living to my highest potential. I've been slacking. Because I know I can do more. I know I can do better. So when I was told that I was living the dream, I sort of chuckled a little bit. You know? I chuckled a little bit. I was like, I ain't living no dream. Because it's subjective, right? It's for some people, if you paint as a hobby, some people are like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to do that." For other people, if you paint for a living, they're like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to do that." Even if you're not making, ends meet or whatever, but if you're trying to paint for a living and you're trying to make it happen, some people are like, "Oh, do what you love, do what you love." But you know what I've discovered? How's it going, Carol? I've discovered this in my life. Don't do what you love. Don't do what you love. I would say get good at recognizing. Oh, sorry about that. It's loud. Get good at recognizing your potential. At exploring your potential. Like, look to explore your potential. Kyle says she doesn't understand the amount of work and sacrifice that you've made to get to this point. Yeah, most people don't. You're absolutely right, Kyle. Most people don't. By the way, guys, if you guys are looking to understand a little bit more about marketing, you guys are artists and whatnot, Kyle is a fantastic marketer. Him and I, we're gonna work on something. We're gonna do a little something together, because I want to be able to see how how we can both bring value to artists. So we're gonna be cooking something up very very soon. But yeah, Kyle's absolutely right. Like most people don't understand the amount of sacrifice and effort that that you do to get to any point in your career. And I think that from far away it seems like the grass is greener, but I've made it a point in my life to explore my potential. I think exploring your potential it's the greatest thing that you can do as a human being. Exploring how great of a parent you can be, how great of a person you can be, how great of or all the roles, right? Not just one role. How's it going, Marlena? Not just one role. All of the roles, if you can explore them. What I mean by roles is you're a son, you're a daughter, you're a husband, you're a wife, whatever, right? Whatever, a teacher, you're. It doesn't matter what it is. Your job, you're an artist. Like all of the roles, if you can explore them and see how you can, like explore their potential, see if you can blow this shit out of proportion. Kyle says, thank you for the kind words. I said, looking forward to providing value to artists all over the world. Jose's an amazing person and artist. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I like that. Yeah. And I like coffee. So, I think that the challenge is, rather than, what I want to share with you guys this morning is, rather than being like, oh, okay, how can I be a better artist? It's sort of limited. How can I be a better artist? How can I market a little better? How can I... That's a bit limited. What I want to invite you to explore is, how can I be the best artist I can be? Or, is there more juice left in me? Am I not squeezing the whole the whole fruit? Am I not squeezing? Am I not sucking the marrow out of life? And if I'm not, am I willing to? Am I willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to There is no point in which you're already giving it all. No one's giving it all. We all feel that at times, but no one really is giving it all. I need a napkin. I'll settle for this. No one really is giving it all. It just feels like that from time to time. What happens is that we push hard. Outside of our comfort zones, outside of our paradigms. We push hard, and then we feel like that's the edge of the world. But it is not the edge of the world. It's just the edge of your comfort zone. It's only the edge of your comfort zone. It's not the edge of the world, or your personal comfort zone. So I think we all have much more juice than we think we have. I think we all have much more energy. That's what I mean by juice. We have more energy. We have more creativity. So a good question to ask yourself is there more energy? Is there more energy left in me? Is there more? Can I expand more? Instead of contacting 2 galleries, is there more? Is there room to contact maybe 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, 5 more, 10 more? I don't know. I'm talking about in the same month, okay? I'm not talking about in the rest of your life. I'm talking about in the same month, in the same week, in the same day. That's what I'm talking about. Is there room for more? Now, that's going to bring you more problems. Everything that you do more brings you... It comes with a hidden challenge, right? Everything. You get a new gallery. Well, it comes with hidden challenges, right? More expenses. It's not the same. Keeping up this place is not going to be the same as keeping up the older place, which was a quarter of the size, maybe even less. Yeah, a quarter of the size. It's not the same, right? It's not going to be the same. I'm looking to get people in now by the end of the month. Get people in to work with me. Although that's a great thing, it also comes. I know it's going to come with its challenges. It always comes with a challenge. It's part of it. It's the price, right? It's the price. All prices come with challenges and sacrifice, but especially challenges, not just sacrifice. If it was just sacrifice, it would be easier. But it's not just sacrifice. Because sacrifice, you can look at it and be like, okay, I'll pay that or I won't pay that. But if it comes with a challenge, you don't even know how to handle it. You know? If it comes with a sacrifice, it's like, okay, every day you just have to do this, and this, and then boom, it's going to happen. But if it comes with a sacrifice and the challenge, meaning something you don't know how to solve, right? You're like, oh my God, I don't know how to solve this. Then it's a little trickier. That's what makes it a little trickier. Like children come with a sacrifice, right? And then when they start reaching their teens, they come with a challenge. Something like that. So I invite you guys to explore that. If you're an artist, explore that. Explore, do I have more juice in me? And am I really giving it all already? Am I already giving it all? And if I'm not, tell it to this guy. Tell them, dude, you haven't given it all yet. Give it all. This is my compadre. This is my bud. This guy and I, we go places together. Huh, dude? He likes to be held as a baby. Like a baby. Look at him. Alright. Yeah, go. And he starts like, he starts acting like a little baby. He goes like this. So yeah, guys, explore that. Ask yourself, do I have enough juice? If the chances are that not chances, everybody has more juice. Everybody has more juice than what we think we have. And to me, that's real success. It's not the position you have in life. It comes with that. It's not the money. I'm sure it comes with that too. It's not the status. Like, it's not all. It's not none of that. It's did you bloom as a flower? Did you bloom? It's really what success, to me, what success is did you bloom? Were you able to bloom? Did you give it all? Did you open to life? Did you say yes to life? There's so many people say no to life so much, you know? This shit always happens. Always happens. I talk to artists just about every day. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? Well, good. You know, I'm just overwhelmed right now. I'm like, why are you overwhelmed? Well, because I accepted a commission, and then I sold 2 paintings online, and then the same week, right? And then someone offered me to do a podcast, and then a gallery show. Looks like it's going to happen, and I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my God! And I'm like, dude, why are you overwhelmed? Like this is like, I get it, right? I get it, but you got to work on that. The only way to not get overwhelmed is to keep moving. You know, you can't get overwhelmed on good stuff. You know, it's first, if things aren't happening, this is what happens with most artists. Things aren't happening. We're like, oh my God, I wish I knew how to get my gallery into, you know, my work into a gallery and sell my work, and then when you actually get the chance to do it, and opportunities start coming your way, we freeze. We're like those goats that get scared, and then we freeze, right? And the reason for that is because we're not trained. That's the only reason. We're not trained to take pain, right? Because it comes with a warning. I don't know what to do, like the lights, and you know, like someone offers you a gallery show, and you sell a couple of paintings, and someone wants to bring you in to do a podcast. And I don't know, maybe you have you have a couple of things going on the same week or the same month, and you freeze, And if you don't cut through it and continue to get more exhibits and continue and tell the person that did the podcast, hey, do you know someone else that has a podcast? I'm sure they know other people that do podcasts that would like to interview me or do a talk or whatever. If you don't continue to do it, you're gonna stagnate. You're gonna get stuck. No matter if you get opportunities coming, you get stuck. You get stuck there. You know. And what happens when you get stuck there is that, I've been so into reading the laws of motion of Newton's laws of motion. If you get stuck, you can't move, right? You can't move. So the whole point of it is to continue to move, right? The object stays true to itself, right? If that's why in space, if you throw a rock, it keeps moving, and in Earth, if you throw a rock, it should keep moving, but gravity and other objects and other things slow it down until eventually make it stop. The reason for that is because there's not enough push, right? There's not enough push. We need to continue. It is a hard environment. Being a fucking human being is a hard thing. It's a hard environment. This earth is a hard environment. You know, we're carrying around this mass, and those of you who are heavy like me, you're carrying around more. You know, we're carrying around this mass around. We're like, oh my god, and then we have to eat, right, to keep the energy. We have to drink water. We have to sleep well. We have to keep this part. Has to be on point, because if this shit it's not on point, then we're wasting our energy in bullshit, right? We start wasting our energy in like, oh my god, let me see the royal wedding, right? I'm not being a hater, but I'm just saying, like it's cool, but your career and your life is more important, you know, than that. Your career and your life is more important than a cat video on Facebook, or, you know, I don't even know if people still do cat videos, but you know what I mean. And we get lost in things that are not in food for thought. We get lost in food for thought, which is most of the content on TV, online, on our phones. It's just food for thought. It's not really. It doesn't help us. It's not inspirational, and we don't move to, it doesn't help us move to the next phase, which is, the whole point. I know some people say life is the journey, not the destination. I think it's both. I think if you say it's either one, if you say it's the destination, you never get to live. And if you say is the journey, that means you never get shit done. To me, that's what it means. You know, I think it's both. I think life is a journey and a destination, and it's a destination in itself, right? But we also, I'm gonna go and get some food for my family, right? If I go try to get some food for my family and I don't get the food for my family, and I go, oh well, life is a journey, not a destination, I'm an idiot. I don't function well as a father, you know. I shouldn't be taking care of a family. It's both. It's a journey and it's a destination. And I think that these things are so important to keep in mind in our careers. You know, it's both. It's a journey and it's a destination. We have more energy than we think we do. But if we don't keep this on point, this is why I do these videos in the morning. It's sort of like a little wake-up call, you know, to those of you. This is not new information. I know you guys know this stuff. Like, everybody knows this stuff. But I remember when I was a kid, my mother was a devout Catholic, very spiritual. She wasn't so. She started being more more on the religious side, and then she became more spiritual, meaning she went from prayer to transcendental meditation. She became much more spiritual. That's the only way I can put it. And anyways, when I was a kid, because my mother was much older than me, she had me when she was in her mid 40s, I think. So, I remember as a kid, and she had a big family. So I know that's more normal in the States, but it's not as normal in Mexico. Most mothers tend to be younger, I think. Maybe not now, but especially in rural Mexico, they tend to be a bit younger. But I like how I gave a whole story. She used to read the Bible to me when I was a kid, and then I remember her like every single morning. I was like, "Fuck yeah, here we go with the Bible again," right? I was like the Exorcist. I was like, I don't want to read the Bible, right? So she would read it to me. I don't know. I must have been like 8 years old, 9 years old. And I still remember, right? And we were living in Mexico. She would open the Bible and she would make me kneel, right? Make me kneel. Like, you have to kneel. There I was, right? Like, little kid. Like, she would read the Bible and then she would read a passage. I don't know, one of my favorite Psalms. I'm not religious, guys, but I did grow up around that, right? So I had like a strong theology background because of it. But I remember she would always read the Psalms or certain passages, right, over and over and over and over. And she would change it up. But by the time that I was like 9 years old, I had already heard the Bible like a few times already, read to me. And then I'd be like, "Mom, I read that. You already read that, And she'd be like, anyways, the point of the story is that she would be like, it's not to give you new information. It's to make sure that you retain it. She would tell me this. And this stuck with me, She told me, I read to you the Bible not to give you new information. I read to you the same passages, right? Not to give you new information. I read it to you so that it sinks in, so that you're able to retain it. And I'm like, I retained it already. She's like, no, I don't. My intention is not for you to retain it right now. She told me, my intention is for you to retain it when you're 30, when you're 40 years old, when you're a grown man. That's when I want you to retain it. And it makes so much sense now, right? Looking back, my mom's no longer around in this world, but looking back, I'm like, I can see that. It's pretty wise woman. But this is one of the reasons why I do this. Some people are like, oh, you're going to talk about mindset again. Keeping your mindset is the most important thing. It should be priority over everything. It's senior to everything else. Keeping your mindset right is senior to creating artwork. It's senior to marketing. It's senior to everything. If that's not right, you won't create. You won't create artwork. You won't market. You won't have the push to get into the marketplace. You won't have the push to create an e-commerce or whatever. Oh my God, that phone keeps bothering all the time, and it's nobody. Because I haven't listed this number on my website or anything. So this is why I make these videos. Every morning I come to you guys to remind you, look, do whatever you need to do. Write your goals down. I don't know. Recite them. One of the things I do know. One of the things that has helped me a lot is to write my goals down and to read them out loud. Because this creates a sort of a retention by osmosis, right? There's this repetition, this wash, if you will, this continuously wash, to the point where if I'm having a day where I'm like, oh man, I'm not feeling it. It doesn't let me not feel it, right? I'm like, nope, get up, you got to go to work, put your shit together. Come on, let's go do this because you signed up to this, right? It's what you sign up to. And you have to remain that level high. That your level of responsibility has to be very high because it's what you signed up to. Otherwise, you're not going to hit it. You're not going to show up to hit it. Anyways, guys, I don't want to confuse you so much because this is not meant to confuse you. This is meant to get you started. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. And I will talk to you guys soon again. Stay tuned. I always want to say that. Stay tuned. Don't change the channel. All right? Talk to you guys. Bye-bye.